Madras High Court has told the centre to release Tamil Nadu education funds. Yes, the Madras High Court asking the centre to release Tamil Nadu education funds, where the High Court has said that the centre must delink fund release with the language policy. Remember the funds case that is in the top court, but the High Court has said that the order is not binding. Tamil Nadu government has claimed that the centre has held back the funds, asking Tamil Nadu to make NEP binding and implement NEP in the state. Now that is the claim that Tamil Nadu government has made, that unless they do this, is what the centre has asked, they will not release the funds. But the Tamil Nadu High Court coming down heavily on the centre. I beg your pardon, Madras High Court coming down on the centre, asking them to release the Tamil Nadu Education Fund, saying that the fund release must be delinked with the language policy. Let me cut across to Anagha Keshav, joining us now with further details of what transpired in the Madras High Court. Anagha.
Well, in fact, the funds that the private schools, the funds that the private schools had to get for admitting the kids of poor people inside their school, for that the funds that comes under the RTE, that particular amount was not given to the private schools, and that's why the admission process of economically weaker children in private schools was getting delayed. And it's upon this matter that a High Court hearing was done, where the High Court has directed the centre to delink the right to education from Samagra Shikshana funds, which essentially means that the court has directed the centre to give the funds for RTE, which enables economically weaker children to get admitted into private schools, and then discuss about the Samagra Shikshana funds, which has elements like the three-language policy, the Tamil versus Hindi, this issue that's running. So basically what the government, what the court has done is that they've asked the netas and officers to put aside their political differences and first set aside money to admit kids of economically weaker section into private schools, and then focus on whether SSA should be implemented in Tamil Nadu or not. That's the reason why the High Court has directed to delink these two elements. Up until now, the right to education came under the Samagra Shikshana, which is the NEP. And now, since the court has directed them to delink these two elements, the kids of economically weaker sections can be admitted to private schools, while discussions and deliberations can be held about NEP being implemented in Tamil Nadu. But now the centre also has an option to knock the doors of Supreme Court, or they can go ahead and delink these two elements and disburse the funds for RTE. What's going to happen next? We need to wait and watch what decision will the centre take.
Oh yes, absolutely, and important to watch whether the DMK will also bend towards what the centre has asked for. We track this story very closely. Anagha, I request you to stay on with us, because we are getting more breaking news coming in. Yes, a churn that is expected in the DMK alliance ahead of the 2026 Tamil Nadu polls. We are receiving details of how DMK allies are now flexing muscle, bargaining for more seats and a larger share in the pie. BJP has hinted that they are in talks with one of the DMK allies. In fact, we've also got details of how CPM, VCK are all eyeing more assembly seats from the DMK. DMK, remember, is targeting 200 seats to stand victorious in the 2026 Tamil Nadu polls. But how exactly will the alliance shape up? Listen in to the responses so far.
அதை இப்போ உடனடியாக சொல்ல முடியாது. தேர்தலுக்கான நாள் இருக்கு, சில பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடந்துட்டு இருக்குது. கூட்டணியை பொறுத்தவரையிலும் நிறைய பேர் பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சிக்கு வருவார்கள். தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணி வருவதற்கான நிறைய வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்கிறது. தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணியில் சேருவதற்கான நிறைய வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்கிறது. அதை பத்தி நான் இப்போ உங்களுக்கு சொல்ல முடியாது இந்த இடத்துல.
I want to go back to my colleague Anagha Kesav, who continues to stay with us on the broadcast. Anagha, do you sense cracks between the DMK and its allies? And in such a situation, is the DMK likely to give in to the demands of its allies in terms of offering a larger share in the pie, or will the DMK stand firm and dictate its terms?
Well, with just a year for Tamil Nadu State Assembly elections, it looks like discussions have already begun in the DMK and its allies fold, where the allies CPI and VCK have been asking for more number of seats this time as compared to 2021. But it's to this discussions that the BJP has said that, all this is only happening for money. The BJP says that the DMK's allies are doing business in the name of politics. Last year, the BJP says, that is in 2021, the allies had demanded 15 crores, but this time they are demanding 25 crores is what the BJP has alleged against these sort of deliberations, with the allegation being that the discussion is mainly about money and how much should be allotted to the allies